Hey guys, welcome back to SHG Online. We've got video 12 for you today, where Tori and I will be covering some back handspring prep that you guys can do from home. So firstly, we have some back handspring technique to show you guys so that you have an understanding of what you want to be working on and how you should be performing the drills that we're going to do later on today.
So first we're just going to run you guys through a strength program that's going to help you with your back handspring takeoffs, so make sure you're warmed up.
So the idea of today's workout is to develop power. So as you're working through, we've made it so that you're going to do 2 exercises, one after the other, without resting, and then you'll rest, and then you'll do the next paired exercise together without resting. So supersetting your way through today's workout.
So for our first superset, I need you guys to find a wall. We're going to start off in a wall sit, okay? And you can move your feet a little bit more forward so that your bottom's a bit out. Making sure that this is horizontal. And for 30 seconds, you're going to raise one leg at a time without moving the rest of your body. See how Dean is staying still, he's just moving his legs, okay? So holding for a second at the top, arms by your side, head neutral, 30 seconds, and then straight into your jump. So we're sitting on a chair, anything you can find, starting with your arms down, and we're jumping up using our power to get up, so fast, explosive movement, and then sitting back down to the chair. So same thing, 30 seconds, and then 2 sets of each.
So next pair of exercises we're going to do, the first one we're going to do is a tabletop hip thrust. So in this position, lifting your hips up in the air, make sure you're keeping your arms straight, working your support as well, and you're going up and down for 15. And at the top of each thrust, you want to be holding and squeezing everything for about a second, then coming back down. So if you can, up fast, hold at the top for a second, down slow. Straight after you've done 15, if you have a raised surface or 2 raised surfaces better, you can do it on the floor. If you don't, you're going to raise your feet for 1, and then starting in dish position, you're going to swing your arms just like you would for back handspring, head comes up as well, and then you're going to hold the arch position or open position that you're going to use for your back handspring later. So you can do 1 set of 15 like this. On your second round, you can maybe experiment and raise your shoulders instead. If not, you can just do it on the floor. Remember that you want to be following your hands with your eye line just like you would for your back handspring.
So our next superset, we're going to start off with calf raises. So you can either do single leg, but if this is too difficult, you can use both legs. You're going to start with 15 on one leg. You can use a wall or a balance to support. Once you've done 15 on this one leg, so Dean's got his left, he's going to do his left leg in a lunge hop. So make sure you're doing opposite arm to leg, and you're going to do 8 on one side. So make sure you do both exercises on your left leg first. Once you've done that, you come back and do your right leg. So 15 calf raises and 8 lunge hops. So when you are doing this lunge hop, as Dean's leg wasn't on the floor, it might be a little bit hard to balance. So if you do need, you can start with a lunge, so you're putting your back leg on the floor and then doing the hop after that. So it's a little bit easier to balance. Make sure you do 2 sets of each exercise on both legs, and we're good.
So next we have some shaping drills for you guys to practice the quick movement between starting in a dish position for your takeoff, then reaching back and getting into a quick arch position, and then flicking back into a dish position to finish your back handspring. So we're first going to review our dish and arch position, but in the context of our back handspring. So first we'll practice our dish, and we're actually going to do this one today with our arms by our side, just as if you were just about pushing off the floor. So in your straight leg, dish position, and your chest is in, and your lower back's on the floor. And for this one, you can also keep your head neutral, trying to look down at the toes. So you can hold this one for 20 seconds. So now for our arch position in the context of a back handspring, you don't want to be open too much for this because you'll lose a little bit of strength. So you just want to be open a little bit, so you're engaging your glutes and your lower back, so your feet are still off the floor. And the big difference for this is that you're looking at your hands, spotting the floor so that you're ready to support your weight when you do get into that inverted handstand position. So holding this for 20 seconds as well. So next we're going to do a plank hold, but with our arms out in front extended. So here you're focusing on your dish still, but you want to have your arms in front. Try not to close your shoulders too much for this one, looking at your hands, This is going to be a harder position, so if you can't hold like this, you can drop to your knees. You just want to make sure you're still maintaining that good dish position, and if this one is still too advanced, you can also do it against the wall as well to practice. So when you're holding this, don't worry about holding for too long, just try to hold for a position that you feel a strong resistance, but you can hold the correct position for 10 seconds, and you can do that 3 times. So you guys are going to flip over for the next exercise. For this one, if you can put your feet under something like your couch or something that's not going to move, it'll be easier for you. But if you don't, or maybe you can get someone to hold your hands, but if you don't have someone holding your feet, you can still do it. It's going to be a little bit harder. So what we're firstly going to do is start lying down flat, and you're going to go into your arch position, raising everything up at the same time, so your arms are going above your head at the same time as you're doing your arch position. So the 2 actions are linked. Okay, so you're going to do this for 15 times, twice. After you've done this, you can also do one where you're holding your arch position and just lifting your arms up above your head. So this isn't what you're going to do in your back handspring, but we're just trying to strengthen the muscles that get your arms above your head so that you're ready to get your hands onto the floor as you go for your back handspring. So 15 times, twice as well.
So just another exercise to help with your shoulder mobility. This is if you're struggling to get your arms behind your head through any of these exercises. We've got some wall angles. So starting with your back against the wall, you can have a slight bend in your knees, or if you prefer, you can sit down with your bottom against the wall. So you're just going to keep your shoulders down, start with your right angles, elbows against the wall and fingers against the wall, keeping them back, slowly moving up to your ears and slowly back down, okay? If you're struggling to keep your hands and elbows on the wall, you can come sit down, or you can even lie on the floor and just focus on getting them, as long as your back is flat into the floor. You can also, if you're struggling with this, do some single external rotation, so maybe even against the wall or wherever you can find a space to secure your resistance band, just doing that single movement. Or as well, you can do above your head, squeezing behind. This is going to help to strengthen those shoulder muscles that we're trying to work. Okay, if you found that this wall angel exercise was too easy, or you wanted an extra challenge, you can do that whole movement with your resistance band, where you can find a doorknob or something and doing the same thing, pulling your fingers back all the way up to your ears and slowly back down. Make sure you keep your shoulders down.
So another shaping drill for back handsprings. It's going to feel a bit awkward, but that's the point of this drill. You want to get comfortable in this position and comfortable supporting your weight in this position as well. So about an arm's length away from the wall. If you can, if you're comfortable, maybe a little bit further, but make sure you start close and then gently move your weight further away from the wall. You're going to back bend, looking up at the wall, hands to the wall, and in this position, we're going to work on shrugs. So holding your body weight in this position. A few things to think about is that you're looking at your hands, which is what you're going to do for your back handspring, and just for now, to have your hands normal in like handstand position, it might be a little bit harsh on your wrists on this angle. So what I want you to do is turn your hands in rather than out, because I don't want you to get into a bad habit of turning your hands out for your back handspring. So hands facing in, arms straight, and shrugging in this awkward position, getting some support strength for our back handsprings. So another exercise we're going to do is a handstand snap down. If you have a raised surface, it's going to make it a little bit easier, so that you have a bit more time to feel this action. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep the handstand. If you're not confident with your handstand, make sure your back is against the wall or something that's you're not going to fall through. So once you're in handstand, you're going to be a little bit open, and then you're going to let your hips drop a little bit, and you're going to snap your feet in front and push off the floor at the same time. So as you're flicking your feet, you're going to push off of your surface, and that's going to make you rotate, and you want to finish in a dish position. Now make sure, because you're not in the gym, that your surface is probably going to be a bit hard. So you can wear shoes, or if you don't have appropriate place to do this at home, you can just wait until we're back in the gym. A prereq for this is that you can do it against a wall, so that you can just do the same action, just half of the action, and then still focusing on starting arch and then finishing pop to a dish position. Okay? Try not to rebound when you're landing for this one. Make sure you're absorbing the force and doing your motorbike landing. When we're back in the gym, we can start incorporating the rebound afterwards.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you stay safe at home while you're practicing these. Keep on practicing and work on your prep, and then when you come back into the gym, we can get those back handsprings going.
See you next time. Keep fit.
Make friends.
Have fun.